Alright, so even though we're tuned different here, maybe watching the demo here could give some insight as to what to do. But basically, you're going to downstroke all this stuff, and then you start alternate picking when you get only to the 16th notes. And ideally, starting right at 200 is the thing to do here. So you could just work on hitting the first line. I'd still go first line into the first note, so this way you practice that transfer. So you can do that, and then like add a line, just keep adding lines until you get the whole thing. If it feels too difficult to start right at 200, then try doing 190. If that's too difficult, try 180, and then try and get that up. So basically, I want you around the 200 or at 200 as much as possible. Go slower only if you need to. And yeah, you concentrate as much as you can on making sure that you're getting all 4 pick strokes in with every single beat. Yeah, when you want to like send video demos of things like well, that one doesn't count. That one doesn't matter. That's just, yeah, we don't even have that right now. Never mind. But yeah, like when you're doing like the crazy fast stuff and you're getting plus 200 beats per minute plus on like 16th note stuff. Like if you can make a video of that, and then we can check it out just to make sure that yes, it is absolutely going 100% correct. It's tough to really know when you're going crazy fast. Again, I've been very guilty of thinking I'm playing way faster than I actually am. So yeah, it's just tough to tell until you. I mean, you kind of have to be told when it's wrong and when it's right, and that's what I had to have happen. I had to have somebody slow things way down and point out like, well, here's where it's good, here's where it's garbage, and things like that. Anyway, so this is also good for connecting your scale shapes. So just use whatever fingers feel comfortable with this because you're moving quite a bit. So yeah, and we're just starting with E, and the last note we'll hit is E all the way up there. Here we go. So if you find like you need to put in a little bit more oomph or muscle to make everything sound correct, do it. Because even right there, I was feeling like I wanted to put in a bit more effort to really make sure everything was lined up properly. So sometimes that's just necessary. Just put in a little bit more muscle, a bit more strength to it. Hit it a little bit harder sometimes, and that can help you be much more accurate. Sometimes you don't want to do it. It really depends on what speed it is, where you have like your comfort zone, where your things are kind of funky. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. It's like, yeah, sometimes I'll be like in a speed where it's like kind of awkward, and I'll like actually have to pick a little bit harder just to force myself to stay in the proper rhythm. And then yeah, with number 2, no metronome for this. Just working through it's all you got to do. So I need to use my ring fingers in the middle. But just if you can have some speed, great. If so don't be like super slow when you're doing it, but you don't need to be like crazy fast either. Still want to be accurate with it, but have some speed, so this way you are pushing yourself to some extent. You might find that as you go further and further along, things will want to slow down. That's a tough one. So yeah, definitely feeling that. I'm actually feeling like some stretch in the back of my arm too. Heard my muscles working back there to spread my hand out. Anyway, so with number 3. So after you just play through these, what you're going to do is take all the same chords and then start it on the A string. So the shapes will look exactly the same here and here, but then when you start on the D string and the G string, the shapes will look slightly different, but the note structure will be the same. So it's always root, third, fifth with the minor, and you get the flat 3 and so on. So there's a little hint here for the C chord. Yes, you'll be starting here, and that's your open chord for this set. So you'll want to have the high octave to finish out this next set of chords here. So when you start the D string set and the G string set, when you come across the chord that has the 12th fret as the lowest numbered fret in that shape, that's the one you're going to do in the open position as well. So sometimes I'm just want to clarify that one, because every now and then people get a little confused on it. So like this E minor chord here, yeah, 12 is in it. It's in the shape. And like sometimes people are like, oh, well, here's the E minor. Oh, well, I just take my pinky off, and then there you go, there's the open one. It's like, yeah, but when you look at it in terms of the shape, I mean, the shape's like, you know, the notes over here, so if you were to move this whole shape up, it would look like that, and that's just silly. I can't play that. So just because 12 is in the chord shape doesn't mean that's the one that's going to be open. So that's why this one's open, because 12 is the lowest fret number in that shape, so that's why we can play this open as well. So just wanted to clarify, just in case there any confusion came up. So yeah, let me know if any questions come up, and have a good trip, and I'll plan on seeing you in 2 weeks.